He is an author and illustrator known for a unique drawing style and furry friends featured in his stories. Tim Ragin joins us this morning with his take on the wide world of children's books, and these are just, they're an experience. They're more than just a book, they're kind of an experience.
Well, I like that.
Did you draw when you were a little kid? Were you the kid always drawn?
Well, yes, I guess I was, and I started taking a lesson weekly from a neighborhood lady in the small town I grew up in, and a lot of other kids did too, but I really liked it, so I practiced. I think that's what made me different from the rest of the pack.
So there is, in the creative mind, there is a level of just natural, I guess, ability, but then there also, sometimes we don't think people with your talent have to practice. We think it just comes to you.
Yeah, I think that's a big misconception. I always tell people that, you know, talent is an aptitude coupled with hard work, practice. You know.
Do you see personalities in every animal you encounter? When you look at an animal, you go, oh, I can see a personality.
Pretty much. It's, I mean, animals, they're so designy, some of them, that you automatically read something into them. But then you study them and you start to see the nuances. And so,
what do you think a children's book should? These are some beautiful pictures, by the way, from Uncle Muggsy and the Terrible Twins of Christmas. What do you think children's books should do? What is like the goal of a children's book? Because I had 4 kids, and reading to 4 kids, you wanted it to be entertaining for you as the adult as well as the child. So what do you try to do with your book?
Well, I'm trying to basically satisfy myself, the kid in me, you know. And so as I've gone through in life, still being a kid, I have picked up some of the adult humor as well. So I try to work some of that in. And I really think it's an art form that transcends age groups. Now, I know beginning reader, parents, you know, you've got some instructional responsibilities there. But it really should be entertaining. And, you know, it can take different forms. Some very simple stories, and then others that get a little more involved. And so I think mine are kind of in between there.
What was a children's story you liked when you were a little kid and you were drawing and it stuck with you, something that you thought, that's a great story? Well,
I loved all the Dr. Seuss things, of course, and then some of the offshoots of Dr. Seuss. There was a book, Go Dog Go, I think, and then later on, past the appropriate age, I suppose, I really started to like Harry the Dirty Dog. I thought that was just a tremendous
What was it
story.
like to hear voices like Robin Williams and Jack Nicholson telling your stories?
Well, they weren't really my stories. Those were Rudyard Kipling stories.
But your beautiful work.
Yes, well, it was very interesting because we were doing the pictures already in process when they came in to record the narrations. So they are both improvisers, especially Robin Williams. And so that led to some new drawing and some changes, and but it was great fun and gave real insights into what I was drawing. You know, you kind of have it fleshed out, but then they do bring their... Because
you probably hear a different voice when you're drawing. You hear whatever your voice is doing this.
Well, the funny thing with Robin Williams was he did Pecos Bill, and I'd been drawing on this for months, and I helped write it. I was just dead familiar with this thing. I always envisioned or heard Bill's voice being like Jethro Bodine on the Beverly Hillbillies.
Sure.
Well, I wasn't at the recording session. It was out in California, and I was in New York. But he came back. That's how he read it. He did Jethro Bodine just to the T. So
you both had that vision.
Great minds think alike.
That's exactly right. Now you're going to be able to find Tim at Reader's World in Lee Summit. That's this Friday at the Barstow Art Festival this weekend. And thank you so much. This is wonderful work. And if you sit down with your child and read it, you'll get as much out of it as your little one will. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Fascinating stuff. Michelle.